Discipline is not discipline. At least, not what you think it is. Discipline is the result of habits. Habits make up everything you do in life. Therefore, change these habits and you will magically gain discipline. The thing is, it does not do you any good to just sit and listen, to just sit and consume. You need to act. If you're to gain any wisdom from this video, you need to practice. You need to act. You can't just sit there and listen or watch. Write stuff down, take notes. Practice the principles. Do it now. Pause the video. You need to connect the principles with things that you do so that you can solidify in your brain, in your memory. So, first part, which is cultivating good habits. And the absolute first one is to commit and act. I said this before. I literally just said it. You need to act. More specifically for habits, you need to decide that you don't want to do X anymore. X being whatever you want to choose. You need to be crystal clear with yourself. You need to have conviction, at least at the start. Because wishy-washy desires do not get you places. Like, oh, I want to do this because it would seem nice. You know, everyone tells me that I should do this, so I'll just go with everyone else. No. That doesn't work. You may do it for a week, 2 weeks, but then you go right back to the beginning. You need to act. You need to commit. That's the first. So, on to the atomic habits. Number 1. Making it obvious. The more times you see something, the more you will think about it, and therefore do it. And there have been countless times in my life that my past self has reminded me to do things because I see something that reminds me to do it. Like, for example, my camera is on my desk, which reminds me that I need to record. For you, you can stick a poster to a wall to remind yourself to do something. You can, if you want to go to the gym, leave a gym bag outside, somewhere you can see it. And that every time you see it, will be a constant reminder. Be a constant reminder. Leave fruits on the countertops. You see them, and you're reminded, okay, there's fruits there. I should probably eat them. They're healthy. You want to drink more water? Putting water bowls everywhere. In the bathroom, living room, bedroom, kitchen, desk, anywhere. You're just constantly reminded that, oh, I should drink more water. Because the more you see things, the more you are reminded of them. And therefore, the more that you'll do them. And number 2 is make it attractive. This is sort of materialistic. We associate things as pleasurable or attractive, or specifically the things that we associate as pleasurable and attractive, we do, and things that we associate with not with being undesirable and unattractive, we don't do. It sounds simple, and it is really. If you want to add a habit or enforce a habit, and it's hard, after you do it, give yourself a reward. Because the reward makes it more attractive to you. and thus makes you more likely to do it. And the reward could just be a pat on the back. It could be something really small. But the thing is, the little things go a long way. In addition, you can reward yourself after achieving certain milestones or goals. This will help you stay on track. Like, for example, if you want to lose weight, a small goal is to go to the gym 4 times a week for 4 weeks. You can reward yourself by going to the movies, for example. An achievement that you can reward yourself is for losing 20 pounds. That's really good. It's progress. All of these will help you stay motivated and sort of itching for the next achievement, because you get another reward essentially. And I think the caveat is you should not reward yourself with something that will be a detriment to that goal. For example, don't reward yourself with a cheat meal if you're trying to lose weight, because this will only cause you to stop what you're doing. Because a cheat meal is reminding yourself about what you're trying to quit. And if you haven't truly solidified a habit yet, don't do it. I would say cheat meals are those who haven't truly quit, who haven't truly built up the habit. Those cheat meals are for those who want to escape. For one, I don't have cheat meals. Ever. Actually, that's hard to say, because I eat ice cream. It's just I make my own ice cream. I very rarely eat out. I don't eat pizza. I don't eat... Okay, pizza is the only thing that comes to mind right now, but I don't eat anything pretty much unhealthy, or as I deem unhealthy. Cheat meals are for those who, in my opinion, still want the junk. They haven't accepted the lifestyle. And I think that when you do accept the lifestyle, you won't want junk. Because junk food is just, any type of junk food is going to get you farther away from your goal. And that goal is a long way to go. So anything will help. So number 3, make it easy. What do I mean by this? Make the barrier to entry lower. So get rid of friction between you and your chosen behavior or habit. For example, pack your gym bag the day prior. Combining this with rule 1, leaving it out or making it obvious. Have your gym bag ready and out. Then when you see it, you go to the gym and it's already packed. Easy, I just need to pick it up and I can just go. It's frictionless. And that's good. That's really good. Because you don't need to waste any willpower. You don't need to remember it, really, at all. If you combine it with rule 1, that is. Another part is habit stacking. So, for example, or the basic formula is, after I do habit 1, I will do habit 2. For example, I can make coffee, and then as it's brewing, I will meditate for 5 minutes. Or, I've already brewed it, it's in the cup, it's boiling hot, and then I meditate for 5 minutes so that the coffee can cool down, so that when I'm done meditating, I can drink my coffee, and I'm not burning my tongue off. With habit stacking, you need to be specific and intentional. you need to include the time and the location. By being clear and intentional, it becomes more concrete. You're more committed to it. And eventually habit stackings or stacks of habits will expand into morning or evening routines. And eventually routines will expand to daily routines or schedules. For me, I wake up, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, go to the bathroom, comb my hair, and then after that, like the usual bathroom stuff, and then I come out, I pressure cook some eggs, I pressure cook some eggs. I then take the dishes from the dish rack and then put them like all in the cupboards and everything, and then I meditate for 20 minutes. So after I'm done with that, the pressure cooker automatically like turns off or keeps it warm. So I just unplug that, and then those are my eggs done. And then I make the rest of my breakfast, and I eat and relax a bit in the morning. And if I have time before going to class, I start working on stuff after I finish eating and before class, and then go to class. And all in around, it's around an hour and a half total, or more like over an hour, I would say. In the evening, at 9:30 p.m., I stop doing work, unless it's like necessary, or I just have something to finish that I really want to finish, which is most of the time I just really want to finish things. And then I journal about my day, what I'm grateful for, and just things in my mind. Once I'm finished, I brush my teeth, do the bathroom stuff, and then go to sleep. By stacking habits, it makes new habits easier to integrate. Like it's just, okay, have a habit. Okay, I want to add something in between habit 2 and 3. Okay, let me just insert that. So after I do habit 1, habit 2, okay, and new habit, okay, and then habit 3. It's much easier than if you were to do it cold turkey. And the third part of making it easy is to limit the enjoyable things only to that habit. Like for example, like only do things that you want with something that you need to do. Like for example, watching TV shows or watching YouTube or scrolling TikTok or scrolling Instagram when you're doing cardio. That's what I do. I also read while doing cardio. But at this point, I feel like I'm doing cardio so that I can read, not the other way around. Another one is listening to music. Only listen to music when you're working. Or you can do it after. Playing video games after doing homework. Drinking coffee after meditating, in the previous example. Or drinking a cup of water first. Number 4 is to make it satisfying. And this is about mindset. It's more of rewarding yourself mentally for doing an action. Like, I wasn't feeling good. I'm not going to the gym today. But I still went. And it was a pretty bad session, but I still went. And against the feeling is telling you not to, you did so anyway. So, be proud of that. Another is to associate positive feelings or thoughts with that habit. For example, instead of saying, I have to go to the gym, say, I get to go to the gym. It's a small change, but the latter views the action in a more positive and grateful light. You get the gift of going to the gym. And this makes you associate that action with being more positive and something that you actually want to do. Because the things that we are grateful for, we want to do. And if you believe, or at least if you tell yourself that you're grateful for something, you'll magically want to do it more. So try it out. And as I said, if you aren't feeling what you're saying, fake it till you make it. It may not appear at first, but it changes your thought process over time. It really does. Just thinking about being more grateful changes how you think in totality. And just faking it to make it works for so many things. Like smiling when you don't want to. And you still smile. You still become happy. So try that out. So those were the 4 rules from Atomic Habits. And now I'm going to go into things that are sort of my own ideas. So don't rely on motivation or discipline. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is constant. You want to develop discipline eventually, but developing discipline takes months to years. So first, rely on changing your environment, which is basically the 4 rules to change your habits. Because most people don't have heroic amounts of either motivation or discipline. The people who seem to have the most discipline do not. They simply make the good habits easier, more obvious, more rewarding, more satisfying. And eventually the habits just become a part of what you do in a day. Like for me, I don't think about needing to go to the gym. I just go. It's a part of my day. It's like when I tell people, I feel like I'm emphasizing too much that I need to go, but it's like I don't think about it. It's like it's a guarantee. Like I will go. Like there's no doubt in my mind that I will go. It's more when I don't go that's more surprising. It's like it's natural to me now because it's a habit. Another is to change your identity. If you have a role model, ask yourself what that person would do. And become the person you want to emulate. Do the things that they would do. If you think that they would go to the gym when they weren't feeling it, you should do the same. Or you need to do the same. And on that note, don't say I'm trying to be more whatever description. Say that I am that description. This is sort of playing into like the faking until you make it. But saying that you are something makes you more committed to it. It's like a promise. Like I'm promised that I am this. And therefore it's more serious. And you take it more seriously. Because you're committed. I mean, Master Yoda is very wise. Do or do not. There is no try. It's very true. Don't hyper-focus on the goal, but the processes that get you there. I found this with myself when I was dieting. When I was losing weight, I was obsessing over the weight on the scale each day. I was tying my identity to what I weighed in the morning each day. And that, for one, wasn't healthy. And two, that didn't get me anywhere. I wasn't focusing on the right thing. I was focusing on the weight of the scale. But that didn't determine that I was losing fat. Focus on what is going to change things. Focus on the processes. Going to the gym. Eating healthier. Moving more in general. Don't hyper focus on the goal. It's always good to keep the goal in mind, in the back burner of your mind, but don't focus on it so much that you miss the major and important things. My throat is dying. I mentioned this a lot, and it's to make a specific plan. And you must include the time and location. You want to get down and dirty into the intricate details. At time and location, I will do this behavior for a certain amount of time at whatever this time is, over a set time period, in order to achieve my whatever goal. Break down the main goal into smaller goals, each with its own processes to achieve these small goals, and all of these smaller goals should be in pursuit of the larger goal. Anything else is unfruitful, unrequired, unnecessary, and you should cut it out. Any process under these small goals should further the smaller goal and therefore further the larger goal. So you want to first start off with small goals. You want to first focus on the very little and basic things. And this will feel beneath you. Like, why do I need to do this? But that's the reason you fail. There's a reason why the basics in martial arts, sports, creative arts, basically everything. There's a reason why the basics are so emphasized. Because the basics are everything. The basics are 70, 80, 90%. The special bits are whatever is left. Another is to envision the outcome. Visualize what you want to happen. Imagine the pride and glory. Imagine how you're going to celebrate. Be specific. Write this down. Where you will be that day. What you will be doing. What you're going to feel when you achieve that goal. Write it all down. And then post it to a wall. So that you can see it every single day. And when you need some motivation, reread what you wrote. Feel again the sense of accomplishment that you'll get on that day. Feel it. Truly feel it. And let that desire take over. Finally, acknowledge your goal through the spoken word. What do I mean by this? Say your goal out loud. Like, use your mouth and say your goal. Because this will focus your mind on it. It's the best to do this at the start of every day. So that you can have a clear focus on what you want to do that day. And this isn't limited to only just one of your goals. You can do it to many. But I will not expand it past 3 goals because you don't really have the resources to do that many goals. Not truly. One goal, I would say one goal for each area: physical, mental, emotional. And as you grow, you'll become more spiritual, and then you can add one more goal for that. So 4 goals. For most people, just one goal is sufficient. But you might find yourself having the ability to truly give your all and to pursue multiple goals for an area. But that's really rare. And if you have a goal that crosses over multiple areas, so like a physical and emotional goal, it's a big enough goal to encompass 2 areas. That means you need more time for that one goal. It requires more attention, more delicacy, more attentiveness. And needless to say, these goals should be major to yourself. For example, I would say Today I will go to the gym. Or today I will smile. Today I will be productive. 3 goals. The next part is exercising bad habits, or getting rid of bad habits. And we go back to Atomic Habits. And so in Atomic Habits, to get rid of bad habits, all you need to do is reverse the rules. So reversal rule number 1 is practice out of sight, out of mind. What you don't see, you don't know about, or you don't remember about. For example, if you're trying to diet or trying to cut out junk food, put the snack foods all the way in the back of the cupboard or all the way back in the refrigerator so you can't see it. And see what happens. See if you want to even eat them anymore. You won't. You just forget about it. Avoiding is much easier than resisting temptation. We don't have unlimited willpower. We start off the day with a certain amount, and then as the day goes by, we make decisions. That willpower dwindles. And that's why nighttime cravings are such a struggle. So don't give yourself this opportunity. Don't let yourself have the chance. So, try this. Go on a walk without your phone. And initially your mind will wander. It will worry. But you'll find that your mind will find ways of entertaining you. And I feel like we've lost this childish sense. And before, when I was a child, I would be in the car going to swim practice, and it would be like a 30-minute drive. And I remember distinctly, I would count the number of like these droopy willow trees on our way. I remember I would just be paying attention to like any like left side or right side if there were any of them. It was like I think kind of like around 30. But that's how entertaining